We turn our attention now to BYU women's basketball for a second. This is a team that lost a very disappointing game at home to New Mexico in overtime. Throughout the season, this has been a team that's struggled with some inconsistency. They beat Stanford on the road, then they go and lose to Hartford by double digit. Which is the real BYU women's basketball team this year?
Well, the real BYU women's basketball team is one that really misses Ambrosia Anderson. As much as she was the focal point of the offense and team players on BYU's team kind of stood around and watched her on occasion, she was a player who could get her shot off whenever she wanted. She could get hot, hit 3 or 4 in a row. They don't really have that kind of a player. The other place they've really suffered this year is at point guard. They lost Haley Hall to a knee injury early on in the season. She was terrific at getting the ball up the floor and making those quick decisions. Now they've got some perimeter players that aren't necessarily point guards, and I think that their biggest problem right now is they have to focus on their defense. That's what turns it around for them. That's why they were able to beat Stanford on the road early in the season, was because defensively they just locked them up. Against New Mexico, they got a little lazy defensively. New Mexico's very quick on the perimeter and inside. Dion Marsh, very fast player, and they couldn't guard them. They put them at the line 40 times. If you put someone at the line 40 times, you're definitely going to be in jeopardy of losing a ball game.
You look at BYU and they're just so dang nice. You just want to hug them and kiss them on the cheek and take them home to mom, I tell you. They're just so nice. And that's an issue because you look at Mallory Gillespie, what a shooter. But she doesn't seem to take all the shots she's worthy of taking. And that's just her being nice. That's not her being tough to work with or anything. She's quite coachable. The rest of that team is quite good. They rely on the inside players a lot, which can get them in trouble sometimes because they can't get up and down as fast as some other teams. But they have Danny Wright inside, Lauren Riley's come forward. I think you'll see a good tournament team. This team's been tested a lot. You talk about Stanford. Hartford was not a bad loss. That was a team that went to the tournament last year and still had a lot of players coming back. So the issue now is, can they finally define their roles? I think with Ambrosia, you saw a lot of things come into play easier, and that you knew Ambrosia's going to get some shots and the players will fall around in their various roles. And that's taken longer than Coach Judkins would like.